All right, I'll do mine then. Fuck it. I'm coming in hot now. Are you ready?
All right, here we are.
So let me just double check. I'm quickly just going to check the exact time frame here because I want to make the take make sense contextually. So let me just quickly look when I would have to pick for this. Like, can I go back to... Yeah, there we go. I'm going to say for the last month, so it is currently roughly halfway through September. So from halfway on August to now, halfway into September, the best player in League of Legends is BDD from KT Rolster. It's not Chovy, it's not Knight, it's not fucking Tarzan, it's not Kerrier, it's not Canyon, it's not any other player. It is actually, here's what's mad about this hot take. I actually think somehow, essentially, I'll give myself a bit of props, but I'll also take some away. I actually think this is one of the most obvious hot takes you could ever come up with. I actually think most people who are experts, if you think about the very specific framing I gave, would probably even actually at least give me a chance this is true, if not outright agree with me. I think the real angle why I've made it a hot take is no one else has thought to frame it that way. If you haven't noticed, as you see on the show, I'm actually quite good, even with other people's takes, of sort of reframing the take, so it's the same take, but it sounds even more epic. The part people have missed, basically, is the story with BDD was, KT was way worse than this a month ago, by the way. It's actually only in the last few weeks, the rest of the team, people like Doctor have good games, and Cos, remembered he used to be a top jungler. That wasn't the case a month ago. A month ago, by the way, BDD was for real 1v9 in games, and he was, even back then, it would be hard for him to win the series, but he would win you one game, or he'd get you into a game. And also, the other reason this take is so spicy is because I actually think BDD himself, much like a faker, has two careers, except his are the other way around. His first half of his career, he's just a really fucking consistent, elite, but mage type boring ass mid laner. This last half where he's had all this hardship, bro, it's activated some extra gear in this guy or something, where somehow now he's got this crazy killer instinct edge, where now you put him in a team that's bad and he just does that shit where it's they just fight for dear life and he just forgets that his teammates suck and just takes every possible angle and every fucking move you can do in the game and just does it. And actually, it's legit insane, some of the games I have now seen him play against the best players in the best teams in the LCK. He has had some games that are beyond Smurf games. These are just life games, mate, as we call them in Counter-Strike, where it's the best game of your career. So, and then you look at his roster. You tell me a single other person who's a candidate for best player in the world, and their roster is going to look twice as good as this guy's roster. It's going to be laughable how much better it is. You take Chovy, whoever it is, their roster is going to be worlds above. There's nobody with a roster like this guy's who has this level of performance. And as I said, it's not like he is just just players here now. No, mate, this guy, go watch that fucking Zoe game he had against Gen G. That is mind-melting shit, man. That was unbelievable. So there you go. BDD is the best player in the world over the last month.
So it's you know that I do not watch as much LCK because it's just right during when I sleep. So I mostly see the results, and so I was in a discussion with my chat about what was the strongest 1v9 carry against, walk against the wind performance in history of League of Legends. And the two finalists, right? The debates eventually came to H80 with Chovy when he had Morgan.
Oh, right, sure.
And the current BDD.
Oh,
because everybody tells me the current BDD is just but I would say if just by the I'm a Cuz hater, so I do not believe he can be carried by any player in his team. Maybe Cuz sometimes has good games, but that's about it. And the few games I've seen from KD this year, it was actually an absolute 1v9 performance the way Chovy used to do. So I can't go against the take. I actually can't go against the take. I don't watch as much games, so I can't go super analytical into it.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna go against the take, because by just results and by knowledge of players that he plays with, I can't believe that it's anything but a BDD show.
As I suggested myself at the end of the point, I think most people think to be the best player, you have to be the best player on the best team. So that's why I also built in the point that, I don't even think anyone else is in the categories on a bad team. So where are you at on this one, Kira?
Well, just one quick thing before I address your point, Thorin. The answer to your one, Zabatine, your chat, whoever the fuck's in your chat ain't knows, mate. The answer to that's Flandre and Snake. Nobody here can, apart from Thorin, can name the other 4 teammates on Flandre, and he got them second in the LPL and 1 game away from Worlds. No one can name his teammates. You won't know them. He plays with a fucking Korean jungler called Beast. The guy was literally a fraud, like a straight up lied about his fucking career. Anyway, not getting to that. The answer's almost always Flandre on Snake Gaming. The guy was a fucking god. Arguably best player in the world, one of the best hard carry jobs.
He's literally references went 10 years ago though, but it's all good.
Yeah. I remember Flander and Snake, but I wasn't watching the games. So I can't say.
But that's why it's good that he brings it up, because it's the ultimate hipster pick. It's like, actually, it would be 10 years ago on the team that no one remembers, and when there wasn't even an official LPL broadcast. Like, that's why it's the ultimate nerd take. I love it. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Or Reapered with his friends. But anyway, we're not getting to that, right? On Thorn's point, right, okay, I think BDD has been fucking unbelievable, right, okay? He is, like, actually, like, and here's the thing. When a team is structured around someone's individual success and them leveraging their individual success, it might not be the best way to play the game. But when it works and they override these other teams, and I say teams here that are better than them, they get all the props. The same way when Knight was carrying the fucking dogshit versions of TES with top laners changing every 3 days. The same way as Faker in the post Wolfbang years. The same way as like Chove with like, you know what I mean? You get your flowers. Someone doesn't get to be better than you because they organise a better team. And I think that should be like true right now. The thing is like, if I was to take Chove and have him play that theoretical style, would he be better than BDD? I think so. But right now, the way Gen G play is they play to enable a polar bear, and the polar bear had, like, I don't know, he was dying in the zoo or something. Like, fucking Canyon was just dog shit. Like, that is the worst series I have ever seen Canyon play almost in my entire life. Like, it was so mind-numbing. Like, he literally has no good game. He plays 5 bad games, he's not even good in the wins. Like, it's pretty grim. Like, even like his leverage in leads. But in saying that, the Chovy idea is a hypothetical. BDD is actually living and realising it. Like, he is actually the person getting all the resources, getting all the picks, moving the game along, and he ain't getting like a free ride. Like, his like stats or like his achievements aren't against like the middling bottom feeder mids of it. It's like, no, he's actually like leading the way into like Chove. He's extracting his lane leads from the other candidate for the best player in the world. So I think there's basically like no doubt. If you don't want to say he's the best player, we'll just do the fucking like the Flash. He can't be a Bonjour. We'll just call him the ultimate weapon. He's the hardest carry in the fucking game. Like, whatever you want to describe it, like BDD is the best person when given resources at winning you games of League of Legends like right now. Like, like people will use any word to obfuscate like what does best mean? If you're the most dominant, what we're basically trying to say here is BDD, when given resources and all that, is just the person who wins you the games, right? Like, relative to what his team is able to win at. His margin for error compared to like Chove, Faker, his peers, Knights is a bit closer, but still probably a fair bit above Knight, is ridiculous, by the way. Like, it is literally, he's either the best player in the server or the second best player in the server, and KT has to win because of that. And it's fucking stellar. BDD is such a sick player. This run from 2023 to like now, by the way, mate, he's been fucking lights out, mate. He was even good against the JDG in 2023, that like when Knight played him in the quarterfinals and stuff. Like, mate, he's standing tall against that team, mate, trying to hold back like the tsunami and trying to make it close, mate. Like, he has like...
By the way, even though Yamato has mentioned it every fucking time we bring this up, he's also right. The very infamous 2023 KT, where they were like #1 and they blew it because they kept picking T1. Ever go watch those games? There's a reason Faker fans don't bring those games up, because T1 beat KT, but fucking Faker wasn't doing shit against BDD, mates. That was the one player that didn't collapse.
Yeah, and, mate, BDD is actually, like, it's funny because, like, to give, like, an analogy, is like BDD was basically like a consistency version of Chove before like Chove came along and revolutionized like how consistent a player can actually be. But that doesn't undermine like what BDD has like been doing these like past couple of years. Like I think genuinely over this past 3 period, he might be the third best player or the second best player over the period. I really do go between him and like Knight. It's just Knight got to go to all the internationals and BDD didn't. Like that's the difference maker. But if you look at his like hanging of execution for there's periods of it where he's on a way worse team, he's fucking sick, by the way. Unreal.
Yeah. Also, even that KT super team, those names don't look as good now, do they? Yeah, Keane looks awesome. That might be better. Because he was there, by the way, there. Everyone forgets he was on the team. Lens, you all hate him. Now he's on non-chip. You all think he's dog shit. And then Aiming has been fucking laughed out of every playoffs for the last, 2 years. So actually, if anything, that KT Ralston super team looks even better for BDD. He was cracked, yeah. And this is all, by the way, we're talking about all of this in the actual literal peak era of Chovy, where Chovy every year is just the best player. Yes, I know he doesn't win the magical awards because that's not how those awards work, but he is the best player each year. Okay, there we go. There's a Thorin take. I like that one because, like I say, I just think no one's thought on that level before. I actually think more people would probably agree with me than people would expect out there. Right, okay.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.